I mean, I make slime like every day. Twirl it up, twirl it. Oh my gosh, this is so slimy. I love how slimy this is, but not sticky. If you guys want a chance to win these gift cards, all you gotta do is like this video, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and turn on my post notifications, and comment when done. I have hidden a secret message somewhere in this video for you to find, and if you can find it and comment it down below, you could win a shout out in my next YouTube video. Last video's winner is the Girl Gamer. Way to go! Today I'm doing a DIY on 5 different satisfying slimes, so let's get started. So the first thing I'm going to do is get my clear glue. This is a 5-ounce container. I'm just gonna pour all of that in there. Oh my gosh, I've never done it with clear glue before. It just looks so cool. So now that I got all that in there, I'm going to be adding some food coloring. This is optional. I'm only going to be adding 1 drop of purple food coloring and mixing that up. After I have all my food coloring mixed, I'm going to be getting my eye contact solution that has boric acid in it and only adding a couple drops at a time until I like the slimy texture. So much mixing. So the eye contact solution works as an activator to thicken it up, and I'm having to add a lot in here, but it's starting to become more and more thick and slimy. There is so much mixing. So what I found out so far about clear glue is you gotta add a lot more reactor than you do with normal white glue, but it's starting to come together more. I'm just not doing it drop by drop. I'm just kind of squirting it because it's just a little harder to get mixing to get thicker. It's starting to come together and come off the bowl, and that's how you know it's almost ready to start mixing with your hands. So as you guys can see, it's come together real nicely, and it's kind of sticky still, but I ended up adding some baking soda to it because it's supposed to help the stickiness kind of go away, and that helped a lot. So now that it is ready to add my perler beads, I'm going to be setting this on the table and just flattening it out like a plate and just spreading it out. As you guys can see, it's not very clear right now. If you let it sit overnight in an air concealing container, it'll turn more clear and the bubbles will all go away. It just looks like this right now because there are bubbles in it from mixing so much. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to flat my slime out like I said a minute ago. Just kind of stretch it out. It's super easy to stretch. And now I'm just gonna get my perler beads. Oh my goodness, I have so many colors to choose from, you guys. Tell me what colors you guys would choose down below in the comments. So I'm just gonna try to get that open. Oh, there's tape. I didn't know there was tape on this. I don't want it like snapping and then like everything falling out. So there's my perler beads, beautiful perler beads. So the first color I'm going to be adding is, I'm gonna add some blue stripy looking ones, some blue stripies. I don't know if I made this like too hard or not sticky enough. Ooh, those are mixing in nice, you guys see that? They're just grabbing right in there. Okay, I gotta get some more in the slime. I'm just setting them all on top of my flattened slime. I'm gonna have to like add all my blues. Now that I put some on the top, I'm just gonna fold my slime over itself a few times and just mix it in there. As you guys can see, the beads are kind of just falling out, so I didn't make mine sticky enough, but if you guys end up making it not sticky enough like mine, then you just leave it overnight and they will soak right into the slime and grab on. So this is so satisfying. This is like really satisfying slime, you guys. The beads are kind of just falling out, but that doesn't matter to me because it is like so squishy and you feel the beads in your hand and it makes a crunchy noise. I'm gonna be adding some more perler beads to this so that it becomes even more crunchy. Moving on to our next slime, we are going to be making butter slime. So I'm super excited to be making butter slime. I have seen so many videos on butter slime that I feel like I've already made it, but I've never made it before, so this is an experiment for me. And I saw this one video of this girl and she said you have to follow the recipe exactly. The thing you're gonna do is you're gonna get 3 tablespoons of cornstarch and put it in your bowl. All the ingredients you're gonna need for your butter slime are cornstarch, glue, shaving cream, eye contact solution, and baking soda and a tiny bit of butter. Obviously, because it's butter slime. And then it's also optional to add some food coloring. So I'm gonna be adding yellow food coloring. 1, add 2, add 3. The next thing I'm going to be adding is 3 tablespoons of Elmer's glue. I'm not doing clear for this one because it just looks more buttery when you do normal Elmer's glue. 3 heaping tablespoons of shaving cream right here. Let's try to see how creamy this shaving creamy is. 1, 2. It's really hard to measure with whipped cream, so it's not whipped cream, but that's what it reminds me of. I'm just gonna mix all this up right here and watch how it comes together. It comes together kind of fluffy, but kind of denser. Now what we're gonna do is we're going to add 4 pinches of baking soda. So I'm just gonna mix that up to where the cornstarch doesn't have any chunks in there so that it's nice and smooth when you are buttering it or whatever. Putting it on the table, using a butter knife, or just playing with it. So now this looks like cake batter. Really looks like cake batter to me. So what I'm going to be adding now is I'm going to be adding my food coloring. I'm gonna add a couple drops of yellow to make it look like butter. And mixing that up. So now I'm going to add a couple drops of eye contact solution that has boric acid in it. If it doesn't have boric acid, then it will not work. So just a couple drops to start with and mix that up. So now that I have mixed that up and added a lot of this eye contact solution with boric acid in it, I am just loving this so far. But we're not done yet. We are going to be getting some butter out. I'm just doing a little bit to give it to the gloss. So I'm just not adding too much butter. I'm just adding a little bit at a time so it gives it the glossier look like how butter is. Some people add baby oil. You can do that, but I'm just gonna add some butter. It's gonna be pretty hard to mix in because I didn't melt it, but you could melt it and let it cool a little bit so it doesn't like burn your hands when you're mixing it in. Oh, I'm loving this, you guys. This is the most satisfying slime I have ever made, I think. Also, it is definitely, like, even when I was making it, it was really satisfying with like the shaving cream. I'm just gonna keep adding butter until I think this looks glossy. So I'm just gonna roll that up like butter, like how butter is, and then I'm just gonna spread that. Oh my goodness, this definitely feels like I'm spreading butter. The color is perfect, and honestly, this is the best slime. This is one of the best slimes I've ever made. It is not sticky. It is amazing. So definitely make this at home. Super beautiful, vibrant, and super amazing slime. Let's move on to our next slime. Let's make the metal slime. I have made this once before. It is super cool, super unique, and really easy and fun to make. Let's get started. So this is our third slime. What I've done so far is I added 5 ounces of clear glue into my bowl. And then I've also added some staff glue until it's nice and kind of sticky, but not too sticky. So now that I've done that, it is just like good slime. I mean, like, this could be your slime. It is so satisfying to just squeeze and to play with, especially because it's kind of clear. But to make it even more satisfying and more fun, I'm going to be adding some glitter glue, which is very optional, or glitter paint. So I'm just gonna add some of that into here to make it kind of shine a little bit. If you let it sit overnight, it will become clear. It just looks white right now because of all of the bubbles from stirring it up. So now I'm gonna get my bowl of wrap and just stick my slime in there. And look at that, it just grabs nicely, and start mixing it in there. Oh my goodness, look at that, you guys, look at that. This is amazing so far. Super satisfying, even though I haven't added it all in yet. So you just keep adding it until you like it, and they're gonna kinda, the more you play with it, become little chunks in there of little tiny metal balls. But this is so perfect so far, you guys. I'm just gonna keep adding it. Oh my gosh, this is so satisfying. Oh my goodness. It feels nice in my hands. It's like kind of pokey, but doesn't hurt. I mean, it feels so amazing. I'm just gonna add all of it that's in there. It was a lot of tinfoil. I didn't think I'd have to use all of it, but the slime grabs more than you'd think. So look how cool that looks right there, you guys. This is definitely the most satisfying, one of the most satisfying slimes I've ever made in my life. This is amazing. So if you want to make it a little more shiny, just keep adding glitter. If you want it to be a little more bubbly, then add some more tinfoil. And this reminds me of crunchy slime. Cause you hear that? It makes crunchy noises. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna play with this. Oh my goodness, I can't wait until it turns fully clear. This is amazing slime, you guys. Super duper satisfying. Oh my goodness. So this next slime we're making is amazing. We are making super duper fluffy slime. Oh my goodness. Who is excited about this fluffy slime? I am. So the first thing we're going to be doing, however big you want your fluffy slime, is how much glue you want. And it'll become bigger than your fluffy slime. So I'm just going to add just some glue in there. I don't know how much this is, you guys. You just kind of eyeball with fluffy slime because you can never go wrong unless you add too much contact solution. So this is my glue I put in there, and it's a lot of glue, so keep that in mind. You're definitely going to be wanting to add a lot of shaving foam. I'm just adding about how much glue I have in there of shaving foam. And I'm just actually gonna add a lot in there. I added a lot in there, you guys. So now that that is in there, I am going to be adding some food coloring. I'm adding some purple food coloring. Purple is one of my favorite colors, so I use purple and blue a lot because those are my two favorite colors. The next thing that you're going to want to add is some foaming soap. So you can get this at like the Dollar General or Target or whatever. It doesn't really matter. And it's like super cheap. So I'm just gonna do 7 squirts of that. And then I'm gonna mix it up. I'm gonna mix that up. So look how big and fluffy that is. Oh my goodness, I love it. So the next thing I'm going to be adding is a big pinch of baking soda, because the baking soda helps the eye contact solution kind of settle in and helps it fluff up. And like, yeah, I don't know how it helps it. And it helps make the slime become less sticky. But you don't want to add too much or it'll make your slime watery. I'm just gonna keep adding little bits of the eye contact solution with boric acid in it until it becomes nice and not sticky and not all foamy feeling. Once it starts clumping into itself, just like all the other slimes, and coming away from the bowl like it is right now, you can start working with it with your hands. And oh my goodness, this is like the fluffiest slime I've ever made. So you just want to knead that and make sure you don't want to add too much eye contact solution because it'll kind of rip the slime. So I think this is gonna be good. I'm just gonna get everything from the inside of the bowl. This is so satisfying, you guys, so satisfying. Look at how wobbly it is. I don't know how to say it, like almost like a wobble ball, how it kind of just like wobbles. Okay, so I'm just gonna get that off the spoon and then show you guys a little more. This is so satisfying. I can't even explain how satisfying this one is. This is such a simple recipe. Just look at this. Oh my goodness, don't you love it? So for this next slime, it is one of my favorite slimes. It is hollow slime. Oh my goodness, you guys. You guys definitely have to make hollow slime. So you only need a few ingredients. You need clear glue, you need baking soda, and eye contact solution and glitter. Lots of fine ground glitter. So I'm just gonna add some of this glue in here. It has to be clear glue to make it more of like a hollow look. So I'm just gonna add all that in there. Now I'm going to add a pinch of baking soda to make it hold together and less sticky. A little pinch will do ya good. Good, little pinch will do you good. So I'm gonna stir that up, make sure there's no chunks. And there's bubbles being made. Don't worry, in the video it'll look white because there are bubbles when you stir it that get made when you mix glue. And it'll turn clear after sitting for about 24 hours in a tight sealed container. So now I'm just gonna be adding my contact solution. This is just like the last slime we made. The metal slime right here we made. This is just like the beginning of it, and then we'll be adding some glitter and some other ingredients. So I'm just gonna mix this up and keep adding tiny little drops of eye contact solution that has boric acid in it until it becomes slime. Okay, so it's coming together more, just little drops, you guys, because if you add too much, it'll start to get all weird and gross and thick feeling. I did too much when I did my crunchy slime, but so you guys just don't add as much as I did, and don't add very much baking soda or it'll make it feel all weird and dry up. There it is, you guys. I got it how I like it, just a little more. And now I'm gonna get out my glitter. So I'm doing blue glitter first. Okay, so I'm just gonna pour a lot of my glitter in there because I really like really hollow slime. So I just added a bunch of glitter in there. I'm just gonna mix that up. Oh my goodness, look how pretty this is. This is like the most satisfying thing to watch too on YouTube. So you guys, comment down below if you think this is the prettiest one yet. This is definitely the prettiest slime I have ever made. Now, it does look very hollow so far, but to make it even more have an effect, I'm gonna add some purple glitter in there. It's like kind of hard because of the lid broke to this, so I'm just gonna pour some of that in there. For hollow slime to work, honestly, the best way to do it is to do finely ground glitter because of the thicker stuff kind of doesn't really hold into the slime and it kind of gets all over all your furniture, so it doesn't really work as well. And the longer you let it sit, for a couple hours or 24 hours, it'll look even more hollow than it does in this video. So now that I have my glitter in there, look how beautiful this is, you guys. Oh my goodness. I can't wait to show you guys the shots of me just playing with all these slimes. This is definitely one of the most satisfying slimes ever. So, oh my goodness, this is so amazing. I'm definitely gonna make some more of this later today. Even though I've made a lot of slime today. I mean, I make slime like every day. Believe me, it's true. So I'm just gonna twirl this up. Oh, twirl it up, twirl it. Oh my gosh, this is so slimy. I love how slimy this is, but not sticky. This is an amazing slime, you guys. Look how beautiful and hollow that looks. Now I get to show you guys me playing with them all to show you how it looks and sounds and to see which one you guys would want to make. And tell me down below which one looks the prettiest on this video.